Hi everyone, welcome to Poisonous People. Today we're continuing our series on diagnosing narcissistic personality disorder. And in this video, we're going to be covering criterion number 2 from the DSM-5. We can find this criterion on page 669, and it reads as follows. Is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Now, in the previous video, I spent quite a bit of time talking about fantasy. Fantasy is a big part of narcissistic personality disorder. In the first criterion, we focused on the fantasy as it relates to grandiosity. So in this criterion, we're still focusing on fantasies, but instead of focusing on who the narcissist is as a person and having fantasies about that, this criterion is going to focus on the narcissist's fantasies about life in general. So a lot of times when people look at this criterion, they focus on the words success, power, brilliance, beauty, ideal love. I actually think it's easier to recognize this trait of narcissism in an individual when you focus on the first half of that sentence. And the words that you want to focus on are, of course, the word fantasies, and you also want to focus on the adjective unlimited. When something's unlimited, it has no end. It's just forever, infinite, going and going and going and going. And so the way that I personally see this criterion manifesting in a narcissist is primarily the narcissist's inability to be satisfied with anything. They're constantly thinking that there's something bigger and better out there for them. The world is a big place, and so they're constantly like working to achieve, this success or this ideal love or this brilliance or this level of power. And they'll achieve that for a short while, but then after a while, they'll see that there's certain things about their situation that are flawed. This is the real world, right? Nothing is perfect, but the narcissist doesn't like living in the real world. And so that's why, once again, we're focusing on this word fantasy, because they have this fantasy in their mind that there's something better out there. When the idealized, devalued discard happens for the narcissist, it comes from this criterion because the narcissist is constantly searching for something better. You and I, we find something, we find what we're looking for, and we're happy, and then that's the end of it. Like, we reached our goal. But for the narcissist, there is no end, because it's like, okay, I found you, and now I'm like happy and thrilled that I achieved this conquest. And, it's ideal, it's wonderful, you're perfect, you're the best thing I've ever found. And then as real life starts to settle in, that's when you're not so perfect anymore. Maybe the narcissist starts to realize that you're an individual and you're not a machine, you're not an appliance, that you're a separate entity with your own thoughts and feelings. And so now they're like, this isn't so perfect. And that's when they're already starting to look for other supply. The narcissist is constantly looking elsewhere, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Now, of course, ideal love is not the only thing on this list. You have other things like success and power. It's the same thing in the narcissist's career. They will search for a certain position, and in the workplace, it's like they don't really care about the job. They got the job because of the prestige that it offered. You might see narcissists very, very preoccupied with their appearance. Again, nothing is good enough. They can look really, really good, but in their mind, they could look even better. And so you will see narcissists get plastic surgery procedures. You will see them just falling over themselves to look younger than they really are. Listen, there's nothing wrong with trying to look your best, make the most of your looks, because our looks are gonna fade. Our looks are always fading. So whatever you have, accentuate it. That's fine. But put the makeup on and then walk out the door and feel confident. Narcissists can't do that. They're constantly trying to look better and better and better. I can get a more beautiful version of what I have. And that beauty is not limited to the human aesthetic. The beauty can also be applied to their surroundings. So if they have this beautiful home, it won't be long before they start to become dissatisfied with the beautiful home. And they start thinking, oh, I wish we had a pool like that. Or, oh, how come we don't have a koi pond? And either they will be constantly doing construction on their home to make it bigger and better, or they'll have to be looking for another home that they can move into. And there's nothing wrong with their home. It's just they're dissatisfied again because there's no limit. There's no limit to their pursuits, and this is why they're never happy in life. Well, I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments section, and meet me over in the next video where we talk about the narcissist's need to feel special. I'm Jen Guerriero, and this is Poisonous People. Thanks for watching.